Good evening, everyone. It is Monday, which means it is time for Wild Beyond the Witchlight. So, quick recap, but first, a few announcements. Huge thanks to D&D Beyond for allowing me to use not only the source material, but also a campaign that has all of the source material shared out to all of my beautiful players. A huge thanks to Nereus. Check out Interstellar Machine. I'll have to get your Twitter feeds later on. But all of the artwork that you've seen throughout this campaign, as well as our other campaigns, is all done by Nereus. They are fantastic artists. I happened to be blessed by stumbling upon them a few years ago, a few years now, and we've been friends ever since. And I love their artwork, and I will continue to use their artwork as long as they will continue to do art for me. So I'll make sure to always stay on your good side. So we RPG Con was a couple of weeks ago, and it was as expected for a new convention. There wasn't a whole lot going on, but we had a lot of fun, and the people that played gave me some good feedback on the adventure. So I need to write that up, but I've also got to write up the adventure that I wrote for Ballman Games, and that's all coming up. I will not be doing any conventions this year. Sadly, you will not see me in Indianapolis, nor will you see me at Origins, as I am taking this year to try to figure out where all my finances are going to be at before I dive into it, since I just bought a new house. Let's see what else is going on. That's pretty much it. So, quick recap. Last time on Wild Beyond the Witchlight, the carnival scene was not all that it seemed. Helping a mime bought them some time as they found the real culprit behind the scenes. Kettle Stream was their name, but some sort of game that they played with the space beyond in Prismeer. The tale that was told was yet to unfold, but Mr. Witch and Mr. Light came clean. And as they opened the portal to another place where they were told not to dither and always make haste, especially in the place known as Hither. And as the portal closed, they found themselves on a strange landscape overlooking a swamp, standing on a high road. And that is where we're going to begin tonight's episode of Wild Beyond the Witchlight. Welcome back, party. As you can see, let me give you a quick recap of what you saw. As you arrived, you find yourselves not on some ground, but high above this swamp. Looking around, you stand at the edge of a raised and broken causeway under a hazy twilight sky. The causeway, which is built from pale stones that glow faintly from within, towers over the surrounding landscape, but large sections of it have crumbled away. The parts that remain in place are separated by large gaps where portions have collapsed. A fog-shrouded swamp spreads out below you in all directions. Up from its murk. Excuse me, had to sneeze. Up from its murk wafts the smell of rotting plants. Also arising from the swamp is the music of nature, a discordant symphony of croaking frogs and singing birds. The decaying vegetation, the loamy smell, that earthy smell wafts up to you as you can see it. You are about 100 feet above the swamp. You're just west of what you can make out as this slanting tower that you see on your map that you all have in front of you. So you're like over here in this section.
Out of character. My brain is like, let's swan dive off.
I mean, you can at least once.
One more time, can you ping for me where we are on the map?
Yep. If you see where it says Queen's Way or whatever here,
Aha.
I know you cannot see that because it doesn't have it, but here you can see where I'm pinging now.
I do.
And you can see this tower that's kind of leaning off in your direction. That is where you were at.
I was not scrolled down enough. I thought we were talking about this one.
How far away is this tower?
It is hard to judge, given that you can't really make out the ground below you, because it is obscured by fog.
Oh, oh wow! look at this place, everybody! Wow!
As you are looking over the edge of your current precarious placement, everyone give me perception checks.
You got it.
I got an 18.
An 18?
Yeah.
Okay.
8.
You... An 18 will reveal that you can see that this causeway has been here for some time. Plenty of pockmarked stone allows you to clamber down relatively safely without needing much of a leg up. So it looks like you might be able to find a safe way down. Who is leading the charge into the fog below?
Are we here? We were here, right?
Sure.
This definitely doesn't look like the carnival.
Let's head to the tower.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic. Let's do that.
We'll start padding my way forward.
Let's see here. What are your passive perceptions? Fanny, what's your passive perception?
My passive perception is a 13.
Okay, Jay?
13 as well.
Noodle?
Same.
All right. Sir Hickory Turnip?
I think it'll be 11.
Okay. Sticks?
13.
Willerin?
12.
Okay, so passive perception for the party is averaging at around a 13. Okay, got you.
Oh, pardon me, mine is actually 13. My apologies, I read the wrong one.
Yes.
One of these things is not like the other. Well then, as you
down, right?
As you start to climb down, yes. As you start to climb down, you realize that the handholds and footholds are easy enough that you can actually climb down quite easily. It doesn't require you to like precariously position yourself out over this precipice. You can actually scramble your way down. But as you are about a little bit ways down off the causeway, who is leading the charge again?
Oh, I think of no one else.
Noodle?
Yeah.
I think I said me.
Yeah.
I'm right on his heels, though. I'm not gonna. Yeah, this is the adventure I've been waiting for. Let's do this thing.
As you are all climbing down, you hear a sound. It hits you for a moment, but then you see this sight. In the distant sky, you spot a great balloon made out of patchwork material. It spins out of control as though punctured, causing the wicker basket that hangs from it to swing wildly. The balloon plunges out of sight, disappearing into the fog, approximately a mile away. As it swings by you, you hear a... along with a... from the balloon. As you climb the rest of the way
That
down...
wasn't me.
It all smells like swamp now. As you climb down, you find yourselves plunging into this blanket of fog, and you can see now the sound of the swamp grows even denser as you clamber down the rest of the way, all of you putting feet into the mud. As the last of you hits the ground, you hear a "Whoa!" and you look over to see a giant crane open its wings, huge, could cover all of you, and with one mighty beat takes flight into the air, the fog swirling around it as it moves out into the sky above. The sticky mud squelches. The sticky mud squelches beneath your feet. Tangled mangroves grow out of pools of rippling water, half hidden by thick fog, and purple mushrooms cling to rotting logs and stumps scattered throughout the marsh. Crickets that glow like fireflies chirp serenely before they're snatched out of the air by tongues of hungry frogs. Coming from one direction are several voices joined in a marching song. The singing grows louder as suddenly 6 bipedal rabbits wearing clothing emerge from the fog, 2 of them tugging at the reins of a giant snail, and the others carry clubs and slings. Their song, "With sticks and stones we'll break your nose, we'll beat you blind and steal your clothes, but none among us can compare to one Wally Swift and stand-up hare. Scarf that's glorious, thief notorious, his deeds are truly meritorious. With a wink and a grin he'll show his cunning, a flash of a scarf he'll take off running. Quick as a bolt his long scarf trailing, gasping, grasping you'll end up flailing. You'll pout, you'll moan, you'll huff, you'll sneer, thanks to Agden Longscarf, brigand prince of Prismeer." And they come up short as they see you across the way. One of them steps forward, brushing her long ears back. You can see she has a headband around her head. She steps forward and she bows to you. Her long, scraggly fur, this gray and brownish mottled color, like a hare, not like a rabbit. But she bows at the waist and she says, "It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Jebic. Now, this here's a robbery, and if you resist, we're going to beat you black and blue."
Leaning down on one of my knees, I'm out of breath. One finger up in the air. Hold on. Ooh. What'd you say?
Oh.
It's a
All
what?
right, we're going to try something here. It's going to be a fun exercise. Everybody join in. What I want you to do is take your hands out and stretch them out at your sides as far as you can, and then reach up as high as you can to the fog cloud above you, and keep them there, and don't move them. Everybody stretch your arms up high. Is everybody stretching their arms up high?
Nope, I'm still holding my knees.
No, I'm squinting.
You can't be serious, right?
Are we being robbed?
And she's like, "Absolutely. Stretch your arms out." And this time she doesn't. She's got her arms out like a T pose. And then she looks at you, she's like encouraging you. "Come on." Like a kindergartner teacher to a bunch of students. "Come on, everybody, put your arms out."
We accept your surrender?
Nope. That's not how this works. See, what happens is...
I'm making a very large show of trying to do that, but also very, very much like unsure of my footing, stumbling all over the place, so I'm making a fool of myself trying
it is squishy ground. And it's like mud with like a faint little like layer of water that just kind of like flows over things.
Mm. Oh,
She
I'm
says,
talking
"Now."
unsure of footing, but also drunk.
Oh yeah. So, we're gonna do this the easy way, or we're gonna do this the hard way?
Question is, what's... Can you... which one's which?
The easy way is you just give us what we're asking for. The hard way is we beat you with clubs.
You say you're trying to fight us? You don't even know who we are. I don't know who you are. That's very rude.
Oh, well, I apologize. As I
Well,
said earlier, my name is Jebik, and we don't want your gold. And she holds up this little gourd, and you can see that it's stoppered with this golden knob. All we want is just a simple memory, something easy to let go of. The feeling of delight you remember from, like, when you were given the best gift that you ever received.
A memory?
Yeah, something small. All you got to do is, and she doesn't touch it, but she points to the stopper. All you got to do is put your finger right here on the golden knob, and then we're going to take the feeling of delight that you remember from when you were given the best gift that you ever received. See, something simple like that. We're not taking all the delight out of your life or all your memories. You can even keep the memory. We just want that feeling of delight that you had with it. Easy peasy.
You know what?
Why?
I do have a memory of delight that I can give you. Is that memory of delight seconds before you even showed your face?
Well, I'm trying to be reasonable, and here you are.
Scram, Dust Bunny!
Well, I never. All right, fellas, it looks like we're going to do this the hard way. And you see the other bandits kind of spread out a little bit, and the snail behind them is like tossing its head, trying to get itself free, as the two of them are pulling at it. And with that being said, we're going to roll some initiatives.
Chow, they have a snail.
Look out! It's a snail! If you guys would like to throw your tokens on the map, you can throw them over by the slanty tower, and we can click on them and roll some initiatives.
Wait. Yeah. And then I... Whoop. What?
Yeah. Where do we get our tokens again? Oh, here it is.
I haven't got it.
Where are the tokens?
Your tokens are under your journal icon.
Oh,
Yep, you
Having
just
an
drag
issue
your
dragging
name.
mine on for some reason.
Drag
Are
from
you holding
the
it on
name.
the name?
You drag your name.
Drag my name.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yep.
there we go.
No, that's not working. I don't understand where you're saying drag my name because it's moving my character sheet around.
Oh,
If
it's
you
not from the
go
character
to
sheet,
the
in your
second
journal.
tab next to the game chat,
Yeah, no,
Where-
I'm in my character sheet. It's not letting me drag it on. I know how to drag my
Yeah.
pog on it, but it's not letting me. Like
It's
I
not-
can see my pog physically moving onto the screen, but it's not appearing for me.
That's really weird.
Well, then, let's see if we can't fix that problem.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
There we go. Sorry, I don't know why it was doing that. I don't know.
This is being strange.
Yeah.
So, make
it's
sure you
roll
click on your...
20 doing their thing.
Yep, it's Roll20 doing its thing. And we're going to need a giant snail, because, you know, who doesn't need a giant snail? Look at him. He's so pretty.
Yeah.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who are we missing? Noodle.
I
You didn't
rolled
click
it.
on your token. You didn't click on your token. I got you.
Look at the high initiative.
All right. 1 initiative to
Sorry,
save them
it
all.
rolled twice. Could you pop that back to 5 for me? Oh, I can do that.
You can as well. All right. Let me grab my dudes again. And then we're going to start this fight right. There we go. Now, even though you're in the midst of this, you're of course not surprised as you see the bandits with their weapons drawn heading towards you. So, Willerin, you are up first. You can see that 4 of them are facing off against you. They're about 15 feet from you, and 2 of them are like holding onto the ropes of this giant snail.
Perfect. Okay. I will I'll step up a little bit. I'm going to maybe just move up like 10 feet so I'm
Mm-hmm.
in range but also not in range, and I just want to make sure 15-foot cube from me. I'm gonna do thunderclap. Oh no, that's thunder
Thunderclap.
wave.
Thunder wave.
Sorry. I'm going to thunder wave.
Okay. So you're going to try to catch. How many are you trying to catch?
So I probably move up like here.
Okay.
And as many as
I'm
I
going to say you
can.
can. I'm going to say with your position, you can catch those 4 that are there without catching the snail.
Okay. I'll do that, yeah. So I'll just and I will
You
need
need con saves from all 4 of them.
I do.
All right, let me get that for you right now. Bottom left fails. Upper left, 15.
Pass.
Back one on the top is a 10.
Fail.
Back one on the bottom is also a failure with a 4.
Perfect.
So,
okay.
1, 2. So the only one that succeeded was this one. How much damage did you do?
So that is going to be 2d8 if I can just make sure that I'm on the right. Okay. 6. So that's 10.
Okay, 10
they're
of the ones that failed.
yes, and half as much to the successful ones, so 5. The one that passed isn't pushed. The other ones are pushed 10 feet.
All right.
From me.
You walk up and you hold your hands out almost like that T-pose that Jebek was telling you to do, and you bring your hands together and clap, and when you do, there is this peal of thunder that rolls out from you. This one ducks his head and body down, covering his face and his arms, his ears blown back by the thunderous wave. The others, well, they do get pushed 10 feet, but that's because their bodies are just rolling into the swamp. Sploosh, sploosh, sploosh.
Okay. And then
As you successfully killed 3 of them. Just
okay. And then I'm gonna back up. And I'm going to it is a bonus action. Okay, I'm going to I'm gonna give someone a bardic inspiration, but I'm gonna roll the dice to figure out who. Sorry. To Noodle.
To me?
Yeah. I gave everybody numbers, so it's easy for me to pick without having to pick.
What did you do to inspire me?
You say this. I don't do any of that fun stuff. It's kind of just like a quick pat on the head. And like a very soft You're gonna do great. Go get them.
Tell him his fur looks nice.
Your fur's
Get
really
'em.
soft.
Get him, Ray. That was your plan. Get him.
Yeah.
All right. So, with that affirmation and validation from your party member, Willerin,
Yes.
it is your turn. Sticks. The snail is loose. Sounds like a code for something. I should be speaking into a. I should be speaking into like a cuff mic. The snail is loose. The snail is loose. Everyone be alert.
It's in the walls.
On the walls.
I can't sleep at night. The snail is loose.
Oh my gosh.
You just wake up, this giant snail is on your ceiling staring down at you.
No, you don't even. You don't. It's just you wake up and you're covered in that snail slime. You're like,
Go slime.
I feel
Please.
that's horrifying because that means it was on you and you didn't wake up.
Heavy
That's all
sleepers,
part
you
of
know?
the snails. It's like it nullifies whatever it touches, so you never felt it because you were like,
Back on track. Back on track.
This is terrifying. Let's move along.
I don't like it here.
In regards to the snail,
Uh,
is it nice? Is it doing anything? I'm not just gonna blow it away if it's just chilling in the back.
I mean, right now it doesn't seem to be doing much of anything.
Where's the rabbit that held us up?
Right here, right there.
Okay. I am going to fire an arrow at her.
Okay. Are you going for a kill shot?
No. No kill shot.
Going for the maiming. Okay. Okay. I see you.
12.
A 12. Okay. That misses. The arrow just goes, poof, but it like lands right between her feet and like skitters into the mud a little bit. So it's like, and she's
And I'll
like,
say, come
one
on,
leg is lifted up.
just give up. Please.
Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Give me a charisma check or intimidation. Give me a charisma or an intimidation check. One of the two.
Just like straight charisma?
I mean, unless you have proficiency in intimidation.
No, I don't.
Okay, then yeah, just a straight charisma check. I'll let you make it with advantage though, because you just watched. They just watched a party member decimate like 3 of their people.
So roll again.
Yeah, take the higher of the two.
The
Okay.
14.
It is enough. You watch as your arrow hits the ground, and after she lifts her foot up and looks over to see her party members like blasted, she just kind of looks at the rest of you and says, "You know, it looks like I've forgotten the rules. I am so sorry for my overstepping. We were just, I want to apologize. Like it." And they immediately drop everything, turn, and bounce away using as all of their movement and everything to just get out of the way and get out of there. Using their racial feat as well as their movement and everything else like that, they disappear into the mud and the muck. And just as quickly, the combat ends. However, lying in the mud where Jebek was just a moment ago, you can see the gourd laying there, its gold stopper, looking
I
up at you,
run over.
glinting in a little bit of the sunlight.
Hold on, don't touch it, don't touch it.
Wait.
Nope. No pause, no pause.
I'm going over to see the snail.
Okay, you walk over to see the snell. All right.
Quickly telling
As
Noodle,
you-
pause up.
Pause up. Don't touch it.
Hold on.
Okay.
Nope, I still run over there. I rolled for it.
I would like to try to slow him down just a little with my mage hand. Just to kind of, just a little, like a hand on the shoulder.
Okay. You run over to it.
Oh there. Hold on.
Are you resisting their attempts to stop you?
They said we had to uncork it for it to do anything. I'm not gonna open it.
I don't think they said uncork it. I think they said touch the top. But
Well then, I won't touch the top.
Yeah, I'd really like to know what's in there before we chance losing any of it. I mean,
As you just run over, you're like, liquor!
I will pick it up with my sash, so I'm not directly touching it.
Perfect.
Okay.
And I will just drop it in my bag and
Oh,
walk
okay.
back over.
So you're just dropping it in your bag?
They don't want me to touch it. I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to just go bring it back over.
That's fair enough. So you bring it back over to them, stored neatly in your bag. As you approach the party, they can see that you've lifted it carefully and dropped it back into your bag. All right.
Wilbur,
No ill effects
board
seem to
is-
have come over him.
I know enough not to mess with what could be magical items.
It can steal your memories. Apparently we have already gotten stuff stolen or lost already. Best be careful.
yeah, actually, like I don't really remember what I lost. I'm a little worried it could be maybe I ran into some of these guys before.
I don't know what I've lost either, but apparently it's somewhere around where we're headed.
All right. So you guys are going to continue on your way towards the tower?
If the Snell has like any sort of reins on it, I'm just gonna take them off.
It looks
Reins
like
or a
it
saddle.
was. It doesn't look like a saddle. It looks like they were using him more as like a pack animal sort of thing.
So he's got pouches.
Yeah, looks like he has a few things. You can try to give me an animal handling check on it. Some of you are very familiar with the ways of giant snails.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Actually, do I still have this?
God.
Oh.
It runs you over. God. It's like a Nickelodeon.
It does that thing where it like slightly. Bryce, did you race at all?
I did not.
Okay, that's fine.
I did.
I just wanted to see.
Worst comes to worst, I will cast Speak with Animals.
And my luck now is just as it was when we were racing. That was bad. A total of 4.
As Bryce, as you use your calming, not Bryce, sorry, Jay, as you use your calming method, because it still says that in there, you walk over to the snail. Move closer to the snail if you'd like. Jay, as you kind of get closer, remembering what it likes to eat and taking careful look at it, it immediately like charged towards Sticks, like doing that thing where it was trying to like kind of scare you away, but it wasn't like trying to attack you. But it moves towards Jay with much more affinity, and it actually like chuffs at you a little bit, It tosses its little antennae left and right, and it bends its head down.
Oh, hey there, buddy. Hi, you're strange looking. Ooh.
All right. Well, you have yourself a little ally and a giant snail.
I'm just gonna hang my head and turn away.
Oh,
Oh. All right. As you guys are walking along, you remembering that you are walking towards the tower from the Queen's Way. I'm gonna kind of just move everybody in this general direction. Nothing is to scale on here. But as you move along, let me have one of you roll a d10 for me, please.
Who wants to roll?
I guess you
7.
six.
If
Oh.
I say volunteer, somebody.
7.
Oh, no, no one was saying anything, so I just rolled one.
All right. You're walking through the mud and the muck, and it is heavy walking. It is sucking at your boots with or your feet at every step. It is one of those things where it's like squelching, gets in between your toes, Noodle, and as you're moving along, it's sucking at boots. It's trying to pull your shoe off. It is tough going. What should have taken you probably no more than an hour, or actually not even that long. It probably shouldn't have taken you about half an hour. It is laborious moving through here. And at about the 7-minute mark, though, as you're walking along, you realize that the water that was only like a very thin layer has gotten deeper and deeper, and it's getting deeper. And you realize that Noodle, it is coming up to where it is going to cover you completely. As it gets up to about who? All of you are shorties. I forgot. It's gonna get over everybody's
I was
head.
gonna say,
It's
why you
in my
calling out
defense-
me?
6.
All of us are
In
short.
In my defense, I'm riding Percival.
I would
It's
like
still
to
gonna
pick
get
up
over
Fanny.
Percival's.
Mr. Executive, how about say I'm screwed?
Also, curious question. Does my hard to pin down ability help me traversing this difficult terrain?
Not really. The hard to pin down, if I'm not mistaken, that has more to do with like grappling, I thought.
It's
or like
disadvantage when making grapple checks against me, and additionally, I can ignore non-magical difficult terrain.
I'm actually going to rule that out because this is a magical type.
Okay. I wasn't sure, so I figured I'd ask.
That was a great question. I would like someone else other than Noodle to roll a d8 for me.
I'll do it.
Percival is bleeding and like as he is kicking through the water. It's
Ah!
risen enough that it's like he's now treading water and his little head is bobbing above it as he is just he sounds miserable.
All right, I'll get off of Percival and guide him. Come on, buddy. Don't worry, we're not gonna let you drown down here.
Who
You are
rolled
the
my
best
d8
disco.
for me?
I got a 5.
A 5. Okay. That is perfect. Somebody else roll a d10 for me, please.
A 9.
9. Okay. You guys walk for another 9 minutes or so, and you can see that the tower's getting closer, but it's still a pretty good distance away. And the water has been subsiding. And eventually you see that it comes back to its normal low point. You put people back down on the ground and things like that. You're continuing to move through. So, like 7 minutes, it was completely filled. And then you did that for 9 minutes as the water slept back out. At that 9-minute mark, you guys realize that you're kind of looking at a spot where there's a lot of muck and mud and things like that. As you do, you hear this bloop, 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 and you watch as several like bubbles of this mud seem to like rise up and well like a balloon, and before they bloop, and they pop. And all of a sudden, out of one of them, when it pops, there's a winged creature. It looks like it's made out of the mud itself. As it wipes at its face, you can see it leaves trails in its own skin that quickly form back in. And then there's bloop, 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 and you suddenly see 5 of these winged, nasty-looking critters. And they're just kind of floating around looking at you. One of them, like, puts a muddy finger up to its nose and blows a little mud booger out onto the ground, and he looks at you.
Y'all look like y'all out of place.
What?
Y'all look like y'all's out of place.
Do we?
I would say
Well,
so.
I ain't never seen you before.
Me
And
either.
let me show you. If you look in your journal, you can see the critter that is now facing you.
Ooh.
Well, we've never seen anything like you before either.
Yeah.
Maybe you're the one out
Yeah.
of place.
No, but I can tell you what's about to happen right here.
Oh, please tell me you're not going to try Rob, I guess.
No, we don't want nothing like that. We just want to play a simple game.
Uh-oh.
You're gonna guess what our favorite food is. You guess our favorite food, we'll let you go. You guess wrong, yeah, we're gonna drag you down into the mud with us. Yeah.
Do we get 3 hints? Like, do everybody you have individual favorite foods, or all together? It's just like a generalized statement.
No, we all share the same favorite food, ain't that right? That's right, boss. I sure do like that food.
I like that food too.
Well, you never had anyone quality cooking for you then. There's a whole range of flavors out there, and surely
Would I know,
no one
Cap?
loves just one.
Would you know?
Yeah.
No, you would not. These things are unlike anything you've seen.
Okay.
Hey, Wilbur, do you have any idea what they might like to eat?
One of them scratches at its chin, this long pointed thing. As it does so, you would expect it, like, you can hear my beard bristling whenever I run my fingers through it. Instead, you hear this squelching of as he slides his fingers across his chin. The sound effects
do we
brought to you
get-
by years of training.
Do we get any hints?
No, but I tell you what, there's a 1, 2, 3, 4.
I count 2.
I counted 2. I counted 4. I can't remember if that's 4 of you. How many of you are there? Don't lie to us. We'll know if you're lying.
There's 8 of us. 9 of us. 9 of us.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6.
That don't sound right.
Oh yeah, there's the 6 of us, and then there's Percival Cornbread, and then there's the snail, and then there's the Fanny's frog. Right? Anyone else got any
don't
creatures?
get no guesses? He ain't got nothing to guess with. All right,
It's a horrible thing to say, but
we'll give you 5 guesses.
Go. And they're all wringing their hands. Like
Dirt.
that muddy.
Is there a time limit?
Well,
I don't know. And one of them starts scratching at the back of his head, making that sound. Yeah, we're gonna give you. And they all kind of like come together and they're whispering. You can hear. I think it's I don't know, man. What do you think? About 30 seconds? No, that's not enough time. What can you get done in 30 seconds? I don't know. I can get a lot done in 30 seconds. That's what my mama said. Wait, no. Oh. Listen, don't be a dummy. Well, what are we going to tell him? I don't know. How much time you need? Shut up, you idiot. Well, what? You was taking your time. We'll give you 4 minutes. Go.
Slowly turn to the group. Do you have an idea? I've never seen these things before.
Give me an Arcana check.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
Bonk. Could I have seen something like them before, while working at the circus?
Probably not.
No. Okay.
Have I heard tell of these things in the stories that I've been told?
You can give me an Arcana check as well.
Could I have heard about these from my friend?
Probably not.
Say, I'm not trained in Arcana, but I can fish.
Sir Hickory Turnip, you know what these are. You haven't seen them, but you know of these types of creatures. There are either an imp, a quasit, or a mephit, and you know that imps notoriously have tails and can go invisible. And they usually have one way that they look. Quasits are usually have a similar thing. They have a very specific look. However, mephits, you know, can take on elemental abilities or elemental looks. And you reckon that these things are called mud mephits.
All right. Yeah, I think I've heard of these things before. I think what we're dealing here with is a mud mephit. Now, do I know anything about mud mephits? Like what was the story I heard about them?
Just that they can be cantankerous or mischievous. That's, you know, they're usually in the service of someone, but they can form naturally in certain places. Yeah, that's about it.
Do you want me to just make up stories for this kind of thing if I hear about it?
Absolutely, I want to hear what you come up with.
All right, so
I'm excited.
There's one time, okay. There was this guy. There's this very famous mage. Okay, his name was Fittabop. It might have been Fittabop. I might have that part wrong. Anyway, so he tried doing like this casting thing in the top of this tower, and he was just like he tried to bring in something like big, but instead of big, he got little, and he got like lots of little, and they just wouldn't go away. He was completely like swarmed by these things, and eventually had to like abandon his tower to them, and there was like tons of them. There's these little things that kept crawling around in his cupboards, and I think a bunch of these things ended up living in the moat, and they would like run around chucking mud at people. It was yeah. Anyway, I think they're called mud mephits. I think.
Okay, what do they eat?
I don't know, dirt.
Ooh, hear me out. They probably haven't gotten many good meals. What if we make them the best meal they've ever had? Then
I like that.
I think the only issue with that is we have 4 minutes.
What can we cook in 4 minutes?
I can make a mud pie in 4 minutes.
Are they made out of mud? Why would they want to eat themselves?
I don't know.
Do you say that out loud?
Oh God, yes.
Like, how loud?
Subtlety is not Turnip's thing. Like, he speaks at a full...
You guys are discussing it, and you said, what did you say again?
I can make a mud pie in 4 minutes.
How did you know? Oh, man, he got that one right. We thought we had you stumped.
Hell, we thought we were stumps.
Sweet.
Good on, Turnip. Good job.
I guess we gotta let him go. Okay. Okay, bye. And they just sort of disappear into the mud. In the mud.
Oh. I thought they would have actually wanted me to make them a mud pie.
Oh, well. That's their favorite food. Okay.
This is a strange place. I'm loving it.
Someone roll me another D10, please, and someone else roll me a D8.
I'll try the D10.
Okay.
I got the D8.
All right.
Oh, beat me to it.
Jay got you. Okay. What was that D10?
10.
Okay.
A shiny green 10.
As you guys start to walk along, you can hear the rush of water in the distance. As you get closer to it, you can see that there is a well. The well is 10 feet tall, 5 feet in diameter. And as you're watching it, there is a steady geyser of water that is shooting from the well, raising up to a height of 30 feet above you, just spraying water everywhere. And you watch as the water is, of course, coming in a little bit more and creeping up on you. Passive score. Okay. Why don't we do this? I'm gonna roll 3. As you guys are standing there watching this geyser, you notice that there are, at the top of it, like where the geyser is at the apex, you can see that there are little trinkets floating in the water and like bobbing in the top of the geyser. One of them one of them appears to be an empty bag, like a small one. You can see there's a label attached to it, but you can't quite make it out. You also see what appears to be like a monocle that's bouncing up and down in that water. And also a tiny dream catcher. The feathers of it are soaked and scraggly, but you can see that it's floating in that water there as well.
I want that monocle.
Do we really think we should be taking things from here?
Good point.
But
this is an adventure. This is what you do.
But it's so shiny.
That's nice, but what if it's someone's? So many things have gone missing here. We just had the rabbits or the hares. They were trying to take our memories. What would happen if we take these?
Wow, I hadn't really considered that.
Could be a trap.
Exactly.
I mean, there's only one way to find out.
Could just be trinkets. The water is a mimic.
Don't say that. You never know. You never know what form they take.
You know what? I think no matter what, we got to go over there and take a look at them so we can find out what's going on with them. I mean, maybe we're supposed to take them someplace, but we won't know if they're over there. We should at least investigate them.
And many don't remember what they lost, and maybe seeing them.
Huh?
But yes, I do agree, though. We probably shouldn't take. Just look.
Okay, okay. What if I borrow the monocle? And if we find who it goes to, they can have it back.
How are you going to get it?
It's 30 feet in the air above you. And the water, as you get closer to the well, you can hear it as it is just shooting water into the air. It looks very powerful.
Man, you know, I don't think it's gonna be easy to get that.
Well, I got one idea.
Uh-huh.
Can I cast Unseen Servant?
You can.
Sure. I will cast Unseen Servant, and I pretty much he'll kind of stand there and he'll kind of make some kind of fingering gestures, and you'll just see what looks to be like it's like a pair of like footprints kind of appear in the mud, and then I think you can. I'll have to kind of walk close to it, but it'll go up there and attempt to pick down one of the items.
Well, you can't see it specifically. You do know that like whereabouts it is.
Yeah.
And as you are watching, it goes straight up to the top of it. Let's see.
I just tossed the spell into.
Yeah, I was just looking to see 60 feet away, so you're good. It's at the top of the water, from what you can guess.
Hey, pass those things down to us, okay?
You sense it doesn't know how to get down.
No, just toss the items. Just toss them.
Turnip, who are you talking to? Are you talking? Who are you talking to?
You watch as one by one, each of the items is picked up and thrown as they fall 30 feet to the ground and land in the mud, each one of them.
I try my best to catch the monocle.
Give me a dexterity. Give me an acrobatics check.
Acrobatics.
Can I try to catch it before he does?
Yes. Contested acrobatics. Whoever has the highest wins.
22.
Oh, I think you're gonna win. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh.
I skitter up the back
like
of
his name.
sticks and launch off to grab the monocle out of the sky.
As you go to reach up, you feel little paws scrambling up your body as a noodle hits your shoulder and like twists, dives through the air, grabs the monocle, pulls it in, and lands and rolls on the ground and comes up on his feet. Sways for a second.
I got it.
You got mud on me.
So you have the monocle. As soon as you take the monocle in your hand, what are you doing with it? You just gonna put it on?
I'm just like looking at it, rubbing any muck off of it, holding it up, looking through the glass.
Okay. As soon as you start to look at it and things like that, you feel this presence behind you, this cold that kind of seeps in. As you turn to look behind you, right by the well, is a floating ball of light, a will-o-wisp. As it bobs in the air, you can see it flare and flickering as it says, That belongs to me. That is mine. Thief! Dishonorable thief! Return it at once! As it blinks at you, flashing every time it talks.
Hello, I'm Noodle. This is a lovely
I don't
monocle
care
you
if
have.
you're spaghetti. Give me back my monocle.
No, that was the cat. I'm Noodle.
It looks, I mean, it doesn't have a face. It's just thrumming in the air there. Boom, boom, boom.
Give me back my monocle, you dishonorable thief! Have you forgotten the rules of reciprocity?
Oh, I know that word. Would you take a trade?
The rule of ownership, the rule of hospitality?
Wait, a trade? As it kind of bobs in the air, doing like lazy figure eights up and down.
I have many interesting trinkets, but none of them a monocle.
What do you have?
I believe I acquired a lovely pocket watch a little while back. I'm gonna try rooting through my bag.
Okay. Are you looking for anything in particular, or are you just looking for something?
Kind of looking for like a pocket watch, but anything interesting in particular.
Okay, go ahead and give me a percentile die. Or D100, I mean.
Percentile. E. Yo, where's being a cleric when you need it? That's a 3.
Haha! You actually do find not one, but two. One of them is done with beautiful filigree work to it, and it seems like it is just very posh. You don't think it's actually made of gold, but it looks like it has gold inlay to it. The other one is just a very plain copper pocket watch.
I hold up the fancy one.
Okay.
Eh?
You're going to give me a pocket watch for my monocle?
If that is amenable.
That is a fair deal. The monocle is yours. Toss the pocket watch into the water.
Do we shake on it?
It kind of bobs in the air for a second and stops.
I hold my paw up in the air, like towards its floating self.
It's just this orb of light. It gets closer, and there's a little static discharge just across to your fingers. It's enough to make your fingers tingle, you know, like a really good static electricity discharge. Doesn't do any damage to you.
Somebody's got some wool socks.
Yes.
And
all right.
I pad over to the well and toss the stopwatch or the pocket watch in, and I have a giant shit-eating grin on my face. I got the monocle, and I tuck it into a pocket in my bag.
Well, the good news is nothing really bad will happen to you. That was exactly... it seems like that's, as you had said, amenable to them. The pocket watch, or the monocle, is tinted and turns everything a shade of green.
If it's tinted glass, I would try putting it on.
Okay. You pop it on and pop it into your eye, and it seems to fit you perfectly. The tinted glass monocle that makes things look green. You're in a swamp where everything is already a shade of green, but now everything looks a little greener. What about the rest of you? There are two other trinkets that are on the ground. What are you doing with those?
I have to like look away from Otter or from Noodle because he looks so cute with it on.
Just kind of stumbling around, like looking at shit with the monocle eye. Like, one eye is closed, so I only see through the one side. I'm just kind of like stumbling around.
Even more so than normal.
Yep.
Is it like a thick monocle, so it's like his eye is like huge?
No, I'm gonna say it's not, where it's like doing the magnifying thing. But he definitely looks like an otter wearing a monocle, which is probably either adorable or hilarious, one of the two.
Is both.
I was gonna say, I think it might be a bit of both at this point. I'm having an interesting time, but Noodle's very distracted at the moment. I wing over to like half look at Fanny. You're green.
It's not easy being green.
Yes, I am. Did you not?
I mean,
you couldn't see that I was green before?
You won't like Fanny when she's angry.
Excuse me.
I hate you for that joke. That was awful, but great. All right. What about the other two? The other two trinkets.
Chad.
What were they again?
A dream catcher, and the other one is an empty bag. And as you can see, it has a label that says candy on it. It's labeled candy, but it is empty.
Can we examine the items? Maybe the empty candy bag?
Sure. As you lift it up to hold it up and look at it, another ball of light appears behind you, bobbing in the air angrily.
That was mine. Put it back. That belongs to me.
Oh, crap.
I think it's out of candy, dear. Unless you like the bag instead.
It's still mine. Put it back.
Did you already eat the candy?
Would you like some
And there's
more?
like a small static discharge. It's like, that hurts. Not enough to do damage, but it's like really uncomfortable.
Oh,
Hey, no need for a tantrum. Do you want more candy, though?
No, put the bag back. That's my bag.
Well, you heard the light ball.
You thief.
No, I'm not a thief. You can just have your bag back, okay? We're all good here.
I'm holding on to my staff and like bent over backwards, so I'm like kind of upside down looking back at the crew. You can trade them for it if you want it.
I don't think I want an empty bag, but
I'll
thank
take an
you.
empty bag.
Oh, okay.
It's not a very big bag.
Yeah, it's still fine. Can I trade you? You kind of search through his stuff, and I have a merchant scale, which I think is probably like not working terribly well. Can I trade you this? It's
Is it worth a lot to you?
well, yeah, it was well, I don't know. I kind of replaced parts on it. This thing has traveled a long way.
It's a deal. Throw it in the geyser.
Okay. Gonna toss it in the geyser.
It whoosh goes all the way up to the top, and the little will-o-wisp disappears out of existence.
Ooh, I don't like them.
I don't know. Seemed pretty agreeable. Here, I'll kind of take the bag if that's okay.
Yeah. You now have an empty bag labeled candy.
Okay.
All right. You have one left on the ground. You can either leave it there, or if you want to, try to lift it up or whatever you want to do. You tell me.
Anyone want to be harassed again?
Nope.
All right.
Let's go. Let's go.
I think I already have a dream catcher. We could give it back.
All right. So you're gonna give it back to him?
Unless anyone tells me otherwise, I'm going to waddle my way over there with my monocle. I will pick up the dream catcher and then look for the ball of light.
It does appear as soon as you pick it up.
I think you dropped this. Here you go.
And you... What do you do?
I throw it into the water. Yeah.
Okay, as you throw it into the water, it fades out of existence. And after a few moments, you watch as the geyser comes back down, lowering itself, and the well seems to dissipate. And
Focus!
Focus? There is a large ribboning sound from your head. And we're going to take that opportunity to take a break. Let's give ourselves about 12 minutes. At the top of the hour, we will come back and wrap up this session in the next hour, okay?
Sounds good.
All right, we'll see you all back at the top of the hour. Thank you all. Go tell your friends we are still live with Wild Beyond the Witchlight, and we will see you all back shortly. Hey, everybody, thanks for being patient with us while we got up, stretched our legs, and all of that other stuff. And we want to say hi to Huntress Clarice, who is a first-time chatter with us. Make sure you give us a follow so you can see when we go live. We're happy to have you with us, and we understand that you are new to D&D. Excellent. We love new players. So real quick introduction, since this may be the first time you've watched this before. Starting with our the one on the left of the screen, we have Fanny and Jay. We have Sir Hickory Turnip. Yes, you have to say the whole thing. Yes, every time. It's like a Tribe Called Quest. Then we have Noodle, the otter. We have Styx and Willerin and Styx. I got you guys backwards. Aren't you just one unit at this point in time? I mean, there's really just pesky borders that are keeping you apart.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I say that I love how you both chimed in with a yeah.
Pesky boys that don't know each other, you know.
So we're happy to have you, and welcome to everyone. We just wrapped up a little encounter with a geyser and some will-o-wisps. As you're continuing to move through the sludge and the forest, you finally find yourself standing in front of this tower. A crumbling stone tower rises out of the swamp, leaning at such an angle that it threatens to keel over. Black brambles surround the base of the tower and cling to its lower half. Hanging from the crenellations on the lower side of the tower's peak is a large, woven basket at the end of a tangle of ropes and tattered fabric. The basket dangles 30 feet above the surface of the swamp. As you are looking at it, you can see the basket. It's like every once in a while it kind of turns just slightly left or right. As you can see it from where you're standing. You're still not quite to where the brambles are, but as you are approaching them, as you approach the edge of the bramble patch, you hear a whispered voice say,
"Psst, you there. I need your help."
The whisper seems to be coming from the basket that dangles from the top of the tower.
How high up is it?
30 feet above you.
Hello?
Shh. Quiet. I'm in a bit of a... Thank you. I'm in a bit of a bind, as you can observe. I, Sir Talivar, as one of the Summer Queen's loyal servants, ask that you free me. You see, I was in the midst of a daring escape from the vile Bavlorna Blightstraw when our balloon was set upon by an ill wind and sent plummeting to its current unfortunate location. My pilot, the Honorable Wigglewog, did not survive. I've been trapped up here for a while now. Help me. I must tell my queen of the fall of Prismeer.
It's a fellow knight. We have to get him out of there.
Quiet.
I'm trying to be quiet.
Why are we
Yes.
being quiet? What's around here?
There are 2 serpents that are sleeping in the brambles just outside of the tower door. And if you awaken them, they might put the squeeze on you, or worse, devour me. I do not wish to be devoured.
This music slaps.
It does.
I was saying earlier.
Just like, this is a good choice for the swamp.
It's fantastic.
Okay, we'll find a way. Just hold tight.
Yes, excellent. Well, I'm not really going anywhere. So, sure, I'll wait right where I'm at.
I wonder how he'd feel about jumping.
I mean, we could make it you know,
I certainly can't catch them.
wait.
You
Hey, how
certainly
tall
can't
are you?
catch. I'm not very tall at all. I'm rather diminutive. Why?
Oh, nothing. Don't worry, nothing. I think he should jump.
Ooh.
Oh, sorry, I'm losing it over here.
Are you okay?
Sticks, keep it together. You gotta catch this person. Keep it together.
All I can imagine is me just fucking up the road.
Got this.
So are you going to ask him to leap from his perch? And you're going to make an attempt to catch him? Is
30
this what I
feet
am
won't kill him,
understanding?
right?
Right, if you stand right
You
underneath.
don't know. He
What
could be
if-
an awakened bush for all you know. You can't see him.
I could throw up we could throw up a rope. Well, maybe you can.
Could tie it to an arrow and launch it.
That is an option.
What if you hit him?
I want Jay, Willerin, and Noodle to give me perception checks, please. The three of you. Jay, Noodle, and Willerin.
Okay.
Ooh, 20.
Dirty 20.
Dang! Jay is 2 dirty 20s.
I don't really want
Noodle?
to say.
How drunk are you right now?
Yo, I'm still looking through only one eye through this monocle.
You've got the eye closed and the monocle on.
That's
Nereus, you need to update Otter's
total-
artwork with the monocle.
That's a total of 5.
5. It's
That's a 2
somebody's gonna
plus
take the
3
monocle from you.
over
Somebody needs to
my
take the
dead
monocle.
paws.
You can have it when you take it from my cold dead claws.
We just need to slap him on the back of the head and it'll just pop out.
All right, Breck, it is the basket. It's not. It's an awoken balloon basket. The one behind the monocle is closed. He keeps flashing them open and closed like camera 1, camera 2, camera 1, camera 2. This is ridiculous.
Where'd
What were you
everybody
saying about the
go?
basket?
No, I was joking because Breck in chat said it's an awakened picnic blanket, and I said no, it's the entire basket is awakened. It's talking to you.
I
No.
can't see. The monocle took my vision. Just the wrong eyes open.
No, both of them are closed because that's the only way you can think to get to stay in place. You know, like when we were kids and we used to take things like bottle caps and do that. Like you had to squint your eyes really tight.
Oh my god.
All right, so those perception rolls. Jay and Willerin, you notice in the brambles about 10 feet from the door, you see 2 giant constrictor snakes lying together. They are currently asleep.
They're dating.
I mean, they're heterosexual life partners.
No, I'm kidding. Oh, no.
They have not awoken yet, but they are very large snakies.
Nature doodles.
That's right.
So definitely don't want to wake those up.
No.
Oh, yeah.
You're only a danger to yourself, Otter.
It's still a danger.
It's fair. It's fair. All right. What are you doing? You got a basket above with a plea for help from inside the basket. I promise you it's not the basket. You've got brambles and large danger pool noodles.
Well, for a start, you can hand me the end of one rope, and I can get it up there. Not climbing, by the way. Not gonna climb. Don't throw me, also. I have a magical hand. Wilbur hates it, and that's why I love it.
For those of you who are new to the show, Wilbur is the frog between her hair that's sitting on top of her head. And as you say, Wilbur hates it, he just lets out a...
Oh my God, I just like to pinch your cheeks. It's just, they're so chubby. When you least expect it. Oh, wait, who has a rope?
I got one right here. Oh, no,
I
want to use
will
yours.
also take out my rope.
Oh gosh.
Ooh, we can compare thread styles. So I'll actually go over and actually hold his rope up next to hers.
One of yours is frayed and more used, and the other one is nice and new, like you just bought it from the store.
Ooh, that's some quality rope.
No, hers is the one that's used. We just don't have it before.
Oh.
I'm kidding.
Oh.
Or am I? No, kidding.
Ooh.
Wink.
Wink,
Wonk.
nudge, nudge.
Wonk.
Wonk? Is that what
Wonk.
you said?
Yes.
That's what Noodle's doing right now. All right, so you have rope, you have mage hand.
Yeah.
You gonna move the rope up there?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Okay, so you take the rope and you pull the rope all the way up to the basket. And then you hear from inside the basket, "Oh, that is a lovely idea. Except that there's a bit of a problem. I'm currently trapped in a cage in the basket. And by cage, I don't mean like an emotionally stunted cage, which keeps me from expressing how I feel and the issues that I have with my... Sorry. It's a physical cage."
Oh, mine's an emotional cage.
Did you?
Aren't we all?
Did you?
I'll climb
The
up.
person that died, were they some figure of authority over you? Like
No.
maybe
A jailer?
okay.
No. He was my trusted friend and ally. I had known him for at least a day or two.
Very trusted. What do you look like?
I'm a very beautiful violet color. I am. I have wings, a tail, a very dapper-looking mustache, if I might say so myself. I've got my trusty long sword, frills around my head. Why? Is it important? Do you only rescue those who look a certain way?
No, I just want to make sure you have thumbs.
Yes, I have thumbs.
Okay, perfect. Then you should be fine being able to go down the rope. It's a matter of getting up there.
That's the problem. Still in the cage.
The jumping idea is out of the window.
Yes, I can't.
Climb up.
And you kind of hear a rattling sound coming from inside the basket, and then it stops. He says, "Oh, that was close. That was almost too loud." Anyways, yes, I can't make the cage move.
Is there a lock that you can pick, like with your rapier, or something smaller?
First of all, it's a long sword. Second of all, I can't.
How many
Unfortunately.
ropes is the basket hanging by?
That is a great question, and I can tell you in just a moment.
Sure. Fanny,
Hi.
hello.
You okay?
I'm staring at you through my monocle.
You
Jay
look like
seems
you're
to
doing
think that
fine.
they could climb up there. Is there a way you could tie it off?
I can try with one hand.
Um,
My one hand tying technique is no golden standard.
it doesn't really say. It just says that he's hanging by several ropes.
Okay.
Tangle of ropes and tattered fabric. You get the idea that it's the fabric that's kind of holding the crenellation, or held on the crenellation, and then the ropes are all just tangled up in there. The tower is about 50 feet tall and 20 feet in diameter, and you know that the door is actually on the opposite side from where the basket is hanging at right now. So that's why you can talk in a loud whisper, but kind of keep your voices down.
Are there any windows near where the basket is hanging?
There are none.
Okay.
And the snakes are guarding the door, pretty much.
Yeah, they're like 10 feet from the door in the brambles, which are circling the bottom of the tower.
I might be able to sneak past the snakes.
Okay.
What do you guys think? Should we try to get the basket down here, or should someone go inside?
If there are wraps around the tower, it might be really hard to open the door. If the door's even, unlocked.
True.
Do you want to go take a look at it?
Yes.
Okay, it's actually an open door. It's not closed. You can actually see into the tower. And as you kind of glance into it, the only thing you see is a flight of stairs that seems to spiral out of view.
Okay. If it would be helpful, I could sneak inside and try to get to the basket from the top. Does it look like that's possible?
You would have to get inside the tower to see if it's more.
Ooh. Jay is not a fan of snakes. So he's gonna turn.
Says right here in my backstory.
I think I could maybe get past those snakes, but is that it? Do you guys think that's a good idea, or should we just shoot down the basket? And what do you think?
First of all, shh. You're going to wake the snakes. Second of all, did you say shoot down the basket? Please keep in mind that I am in the basket.
Well, you survived one fall.
I
Good
didn't
point.
fall so much as
Crash?
sort of. Yeah. Okay, yes, but in my defense, my pilot was killed.
Well, what do you mean by killed?
Shuffled off this mortal coil. Expired. He is late, as in no longer amongst us late, not as in he's a few minutes late. What?
Were you attacked?
He went
Well,
to the farm
clearly
upstate.
he didn't just. Yes, he went to the farm upstate. What? Anyways, yes, we were attacked. He didn't just keel over from excitement. Sorry, I got loud there. Anyways, it was a malicious wind. It sent it careening into this ancient, crumbling tower in the middle of the swamp. My good friend Wigglewog died in the crash.
You say good
Insight
friend?
check.
Yeah.
Sympathetic ally.
Insight check.
Insight check away.
Yeah.
He is not. You're not able to read him from where he is at because insight usually uses a lot of body language and things like that. But from the tone of his voice and things like that, he seems to be credible. The relationship between him and Wigglewog might not be as close as he's making it out to be.
I'm gonna pad over to Sticks and kind of pat them on the calf.
Tiny paws. Pat, pat, pat.
Pat, 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 pat. Looks up at you with my one eye squinting. I think you could just catch them.
Thought about it.
You know, you could also throw a noodle at a wall and see if it sticks.
You gotta catch me first.
They do have a racial. He does have a racial trait that's hard to pin down.
Mm-hmm. Any grapple check against Noodle has disadvantage.
Yep. He's a slippery bastard.
The thing is that
Catch up with Noodle.
He's in a cage.
And
I...
Despite all of his rage, he is still an undescribed figure in a cage.
I certainly don't want to catch a cage.
I mean, you don't know how big that cage is.
Small.
I mean, it could be small. It could be huge.
They described themselves as rather small.
Diminutive, yes.
Diminutive. I don't see the cage being too large.
Fanny, can you feel how large the cage is?
Sure. I mean, sure.
Okay.
I'll take my mage hair, start patting around, get a feel, get the dimensions. I like to cup a feel on this cage, please.
I'm just hang on a second.
Roll to cop a feel.
Yeah.
Now, of all the things, I need to figure out if Mage Hand can cop a blind feel. Things I have to do in my life, you people.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Brick.
Okay. This is where the DM is going to rule on the side of the rule of cool. Because it specifically doesn't say you can't do it. So I'm going to say you can.
Yeah.
So your hand is bumping around and it comes across a cage.
Oh,
And
what's that?
you find that it actually has like the little hooks at the little ring hook at the top. Who here is familiar with Looney Tunes and Tweety Bird? The cage that Tweety Bird is in, but like smaller.
Oh.
It's smaller than that, but like it's that kind of style. And your hand actually can lift it because you see the hand bringing over, because you're just at that 30 feet, because that's how far away you can cast it, and it's right at there. Hold me above your head, and as you lift Fanny above your head, you hear, "Oh, Savannah!" You take Fanny down, take a bit of muck, and wipe it across her forehead.
Single tear rolls down my cheek.
Funny.
As they descend, you just hear a quiet, "Do you wanna build a mud pie?"
Otter's over there like slapping pieces of mud together. All right, your hand brings the cage down, and as you do, this is what you see inside of the cage. Let me share this with you all.
It's gonna be like, Sticks, tilt me to the left, I'm losing signal.
That's hilarious.
We have received a party boon.
You know, you had a party boon and a party bane from earlier today that I have not been able to apply to you guys.
It's because
So
I
here's what we're gonna
attacked
do.
him.
She went and
God
attacked
damn
him. He slapped him in the arm. That is what is in the cage. A violet fairy dragon, or lavender. It says violet, but that looks more lavender to me. Anyways, a fairy dragon wearing gauntlets and a longsword with a very, very fine mustache.
Quick, put him back.
As you see, he is currently in a cage, and it is a golden cage. You can see that it is locked, and you do not know if there was a key up there. You didn't feel one. As you bring him down closer, he's like, yes, thank you. We should quickly away from this place before the snakes awaken. We need to go to Telemy Hill. And he points off in the direction where you can see this gigantic hill over here. Everybody see where I'm pinging?
I will take hold of the cage.
As we arrive there on Telemy Hill, there will be a goblin by the name of Jingle Jangle. She has the key to my cage. So, we should make haste.
And he tries to draw his sword, but there's not enough room for him to... So he, like, tries to pull it out, but it's like an awkward thing where he's pulling it up his chest and, like, pointing it out to the cage. Away with us. And then he pulls it back in and, again, makes that awkward movement whereas he tries to sheathe the sword. And
Which hill are we going to?
He points to this one here. See where I'm pinging?
Yes.
What's it called?
Okay.
I just can't get over the fact that it has feet.
It does.
I mean, you know, it's the Feywild. What do you expect?
Whatever it is, we will defeat it.
No, you don't fight the hill. What's wrong with you? Quickly, away with us.
As you guys start off towards Telemy Hill, as he has named it, he tells you that
Bavlorna Blightstraw lives in a spooky cottage on stilts at the heart of Downfall, a bullywug settlement. The bullywugs of Downfall are quite courteous and welcoming, provided one does not offend them. Now, Bavlorna has the ability to conjure minions that look much like tiny versions of herself. Dreadful things. Ugh, ghastly. Bavlorna has two sisters of whom she loathes. Together, the three hags form the Hourglass Coven. Have you heard of it?
Yeah.
Oh yes, we're quite familiar.
Oh, excellent. Yes, unfortunate indeed. However, using an artifact known as Igwilv's Cauldron, the Coven has frozen time in Zybilna's palace. Now, trapping her inside, and I was on my way to report to my queen and report the news that Zybilna has been overthrown by the Hourglass Coven.
Well, is that really so much overthrown as kind of displaced? I mean, she's going to get out of there eventually, right?
Not as long as they control this area. And as long as Igwilv's Cauldron is not moved, then she will stay frozen in time.
Also, I must say, it is
Willowen.
fabulous. It's fabulous meeting another knight.
You're a knight then, good sir.
I am indeed.
Are you Sir Cast Iron?
No, Sir Hickory Turnip.
Ah, Sir Pots and Pans. Yes, indeed. Sir
Hickory will just kind of shrug and then be like, and I'd like to introduce you to my companion, my valiant companion, Sir Percival Cornbread.
A knight as well?
Yes, most definitely.
They knighted your goat.
This is the finest and most bravest goat in all the verse.
And suddenly a cacophony between Wilburn and Sir Percival goes off as you hear this croaking sound followed by the bleating of the goat and then back and forth as though the two of them are having a riveting conversation. Riveting conversation.
Oh, God.
We're gonna
That was
resolve
bad.
some boons. That was bad. We'll just resolve some boons real quick in the last 30 minutes. Party. The next two rolls, whatever they are, the next two ability rolls, initiative rolls, saving throws, those will all be done with advantage. The next two, taking care of your boon. However, you have a Bane. And your Bane will be revealed to you shortly. Your Bane will be that you will have an additional encounter this time around. As you're making your way to Telemy Hill, I need someone... excuse me. There we go. I need a D8, please.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Okay. Hey, it's a 4.
Nice.
Definitely a 4. All right. As you are moving along, you guys come to an area as the water lets itself out. And you see that the muck here still has that thin layer, right? It still has this thin layer of water, and you watch as the water recedes, leaving more of this slurry-looking stuff. And as you watch, you see that bubble that you saw before, that bubble that rises up before it pops, allowing whatever's in there. As you're watching, though, whenever you get close, you hear it, and then you hear like a little stifled laughter that goes with it. As you watch, it smells like old cheese, and as you get closer to this field, you realize that it would take you far too long to go around it on either side. Your only option is to go through it. As you cross this section of the swamp, I need everybody to give me a survival check. It is a group check.
Oh.
And remember what I said? They'll be rolled with what?
Advantage.
Advantage.
I got a
Dang, Sticks.
I got a 21.
Dang, Sticks.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got Sticks with a 22. Jay has a 17. Circular Turnip has a 17. Fanny, you have a 7. What did you say you had?
I don't trust this die anymore. That's a 1 for a total of 6.
On an
Oof.
advantage roll?
His is just a straight roll.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
I got a 21.
Who am I missing? I'm missing the other 17.
Can you guys hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, sure can.
Okay.
21.
Okay, perfect.
So,
Sorry,
let's
I
see,
wasn't sure if you were
24,
asking.
30, 52, 73. Guys, my math right?
I don't know.
73 plus a 17 is a 90. Guess my math right. I gotta start adding stuff up. I gotta pull out a calculator like an old man.
Excuse me?
Welcome to D&D. It's just math.
With pictures.
Math with pictures.
Actually, I should point out, like, one of my like fellow teachers actually uses D&D as a way of helping students who are fearful of math learn about it.
D&D is such a great tool to
it's
teach
so good.
a lot of things. Along with math, there are like team building stuff. Like we were talking about putting together a whole team building package that I could sell to corporations as like their team building event where they all play D&D together.
There's a lot of people doing that kind of stuff. There is a market for it.
Oh yeah. Okay, as you guys get to this area of the swamp gas, you can see that you are able to get past it. However, as you're crossing this area, one of them, you don't know what happened. Maybe it was Sir Percival's tail or something, but it bursts with a burst of gas. The stifled laughter kind of ripples through there. The smell of old cheese hits your nose. Some of you might like it. I don't know. I want Sir Hickory Turnip to roll a d8 for me, please.
You got it. I rolled a 5.
A 5. Okay. Sir Percival gets a snoot full of this gas, and as he starts to bleat, he and you find yourself starting to hiccup as well.
It's just like that time you got into the mead. Oh, damn it.
Oh, Theon, if you don't have inspiration, please take it. That was the most beautiful hiccup. Oh my god.
Why, thank you.
Guys continue to move across. You avoid any further issue with the gas. Unfortunately, you're oh man, I'm over here reading you guys. Reading the comments on Twitch. You guys are great. You were continuing to hiccup. You're doing everything you can, swinging from your canteen. You're holding your breath. You're holding your breath and swinging from the canteen. You've had Noodle try to scare you a couple times. It just will not go away. All right. I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okie doke.
You do get to make this one with advantage, but that will be the last of your advantage rolls. Excellent. It only lasts for a few minutes, passing quickly as you realize that it was an effect of the gas. As you breach through the other side, you can see the hill ahead of you, Tellamy Hill. I would like for all of you, or I'd like for... Let's have Noodle roll a D8 for me, please.
You got it. I don't trust my dice today. They are mad. This one. That's a 1.
Okay. The water is starting to rise again as it gets closer and closer to rising up to that 5-foot mark. Noodle, you're using your staff to kind of guide yourself along, and you bump into something. An abandoned 8-foot square wooden raft. It looks like it's sturdy enough to hold all of you.
I found a thing.
As you guys are, as the water though at the level that it's at, you all scramble onto it, and you realize that you can use this to get across the water when it's at its highest point. Who wants to pilot this thing? And who has a means of propulsion for it?
I have a stick.
How long is your stick?
It's a quarterstaff that is otter-sized.
So it is not long enough.
It's taller than me, but not by much.
Anybody else have a pole or something that they can use?
I have a lance, but I'd be really reluctant to use it.
I really love the fact that you have a lance. Can I just say that that's the best thing in the world? I figured it's
I know, like no one ever
lance.
uses it.
It's like playing Monster World Hunter or Monster Hunter World Monster, whatever it is called. Using the gun lance thing. That's the one that I used at first until I realized how slow it is.
That checks
All right,
out.
I will. What?
I said that checks out.
You guys can secure a pole long enough from a fallen tree or something that you can use this to scoot along with, which will make it a little easier for you guys to get through. As you guys are pushing
I
your
can
way.
pilot.
Okay. Perfect. As you are pushing your way through, the water starts to recede. As it does, you realize your raft will soon be useless, but you are a lot closer to Telemy Hill than what you were before. As you get closer, though, eventually, after about an hour, your raft finally gets stuck in the mud. Looking at the raft, you could probably carry it with you, but it's going to weigh, by your best guess, about 300 pounds. So I don't know if you want to leave it or take it.
What's the carrying capacity of the snail? Like, how big is the snail?
We still have the snail?
I mean, you do have the snail? He says in such a way as to, like, question his own answers there. Let's see.
I could carry it. I do have a powerful build.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I'm probably not the best at carrying, but I could help.
The snail wouldn't be able to carry it. It's lower strength size. It's only got a 15 strength, so it's not an effective pack animal so much as it's the pack animal you had kind of thing. Fanny can ride on it with no issue.
That's what she said.
So between the two of you trying to carry it, I'll say you can probably like share the load on it and carry it around. You will not be moving fast, but you're not moving fast anyways. But it's going to slow you down even more because it's not like the most wieldy of things.
That's fine by me.
Okay.
Okay. Give me just 1 second here.
How does the powerful build thing work?
So you would be counted as one size larger for that sort of like carrying capacity, which increases your carrying capacity overall. Let me pull up my.
I seem to remember it's 4 times, I think.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've really dealt with carrying capacity. So
yeah, I was playing a Furbolg a little while ago and had the same thing.
I gotta find it. Yes, strength. Here we go. Okay. Carrying capacity. The carrying capacity is your strength score multiplied by 15. This is the weight in pounds that you can carry, which is high enough that most characters, you don't usually have to worry about it. You're pretty strong. Now, size larger creatures can bear more weight, whereas tiny creatures can carry less. For each size category above medium, double the carrying capacity and amount that it can push, drag, or lift. So, if you say, what is your strength score right now?
It's 15 plus 2.
So 15, you say times 15, that's 225 pounds. Since you are a large build, you can carry 450 pounds.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Awesome.
Sticks is strong.
So there you go. Teaching people today in D&D. So there you go, Huntress Clarice. You can say that you learned about carrying capacity in this game. So again, it's 15 times your strength score. And then if you are large, or if you have like what the Goliaths or Firbolg have, double that. So there you go. All right. And Just Enough Wrong told us in D&D Beyond, which is a great tool. If you don't use it, you should. It's fantastic. You can use that, and it'll tell you what your limits are. All right. As you guys are continuing across the way, you come to a small section. There's this mist-veiled field of tall swamp grass, dotted with clusters of cattails. You hear rustling in the vegetation before you. What are you doing?
What is it? I hear the vegetation in front of us. Is there any movement? Something moving in there?
You do hear something moving.
Do we see anything?
Give me perception checks.
Okay, I'm very low, so it's probably not going to see much. Here we go. It would be an advantage. Is the next two rolls.
That's correct, because it was the next two. So Sticks, you would have that advantage as well.
It's not much difference.
14.
That's a 21.
Okay. Noodle. You watch as coming out of the tall grass, you see 6 humanoid creatures. They walk with their forward part of their body looks like it's hunched over, like how we would walk on all fours. Your legs would be out behind you and your arms would be in front, and it kind of gives you this hunched over look. As you watch their shoulders come through the grass, you can see that they're actually walking on stilts. Their feet on shorter ones, and their arms on longer ones. As a matter of fact, if you hold on, I can actually show you what it looks like.
I'm so
Lay your hand out.
intrigued.
Oh, is it not going to give that to me? Boo! No, it didn't have this one as an image. But that's stupid because it should. Let me see if it's down here. Ha! There it is. Show to everyone. There you go.
Whoa.
This is what you see.
Ooh.
As you watch, they kind of come. They're bypassing where you're at, so they're walking in juxtaposition, perpendicular to where you are, not parallel. As the stilt walkers come by you, though, you recognize them, that they're hobgoblins. They're wearing patchwork rags and furs, and strapped to the back of each one of them is a wire cage padded with straw and filled with like 17 eggs or so. As they kind of walk by, they stop and they look at you for a second. They turn their face. Now, that isn't like eyes. What it is it's like a veil covering their face.
Oh.
I wave.
So, yeah, that's a veil covering their face there. Part noodle, part ninja, part poodle. You wave at them?
Yeah.
You watch as one of them lifts its hand out of the machination that keeps it in the stilt. Or actually, no, he just kind of lifts that whole stilt up and just waves it. And then puts it back down. Do you do anything else?
No.
I look at everyone else.
What a... I want one of those.
All right. After a few seconds, they just continue on their way, walking through the tall grass. They move quietly, even though they're using these stilts. They sink them in the mud. It's almost silently as they do it. The only rustling sound you heard was the grass. And after a few more minutes, or after another hour of travel, you reach Telemy Hill. You're greeted by the scent of sweet-smelling fruit, damp, downy, silvery green moss, blankets a gentle upward slope before giving way to a craggy ridge that marks the top of the hill. Dozens and dozens of enormous willow trees dot the hillside, swaying as though in a breeze, despite the absence of one of them. Sir Tolliver says, "Ah, yes, we've made it to Telemy Hill. The top be my freedom. Remember the rules of hospitality, reciprocity, and ownership. Be kind and don't forget those rules. Right then, onward, my trusty allies." As he tries to once again pull the sword, he has to turn it a little bit. He draws it out. His arm hits the cage. Ow, that's my elbow. And he finally points the sword up the hill and then does that whole thing of trying to get it back in. And as you guys start your way up Telemy Hill, that is where we're going to call it this evening. I want to thank all of my wonderful players for this evening who have been with me here. I'm going to stop the music even though it's a bop. A huge thanks to Fanny, Sir Hickory Turnip, Noodle, Dix, Willerin, and Jay. Thank you all for coming out. Welcome to our new viewers and our old standbys that have been with us for this campaign and many more. Thank you all so much. Don't forget to hang around. We're going to raid. And don't forget to tune in tomorrow. We'll be running Star Wars. Remnant Shadows will be starting tomorrow. Wednesday we should be back with False Golem Knights, unless I know something. I don't know something. And then on Thursday, A Knight's Ransom. So you guys should tune in and check out all those D&D games that we have going on.
I'm going to send you a real quick message.
I'm going to get a message. A message. I'm going to get a message. I'm a dork. We know that.
I just got a letter.
Yes. I need a rugby shirt. Actually, yes. Do you want to do that? Let you do it. I talk enough.
Oh boy.
What you want to say?
Now that you're putting me on the spot, my brain just went empty. Keep your eyes out on our Discord and on our social medias. We are working on something very interesting for this month, and information on it should be coming out very soon.
Very soon. Like, we were hot and heavy in talk. That sounds really wrong. We were hot and heavy in talks today about what we were going to do. We have, like, what, 2 decisions to make, I think, now?
We've
Something
got
like
80% of it ready to go.
Yes, 80% ready to go. And as soon as it drops, I'm just gonna tell you, you're all gonna be showing up like Fry. Shut up and take my money. So that's all I'm gonna say about it. We're gonna go raid somebody. Who are we gonna raid?
Oh, I'd say Dork Tales, but they don't start for another couple minutes. We've got Vorpal Tales up, Ink and Liars up and streaming. We got
we need
Seven.
Kelly to go live. Oh, Theon, go shoot Kelly a message to go live now.
We can always sit and hang out for 3 minutes.
Well, we do want to talk about that. We want to talk about, let's see, what's for those of you who didn't know, the newest book that is coming out, which is Journey Through the Radiant City, has been moved to July. And I want to say, or was it late June? Let me double check and see my sources. Hold on.
I think it was July.
I want to say it's July, and I know that Spelljammer is still coming in August, but I think it was moved to like later August as opposed to the earliest part.
If I hear anything, I can let y'all know. I work at the magical bookstore.
Journey Through the Radiant Citadel, that's true, you do work, has been expected to release on July 19th of this year, July 19th, 2022. Spelljammer is
August
coming out
16th.
August 16th, which I think was the original release date, actually.
I have
don't
it
think
on
it got
pre-order,
moved at all. Oh, yeah. I'm really looking forward to that because it's 3 books and not just 1. And that's really awesome. If you
3?
haven't claimed it, it's a campaign. It's a campaign setting, an adventure, and it's actually like a monsters manual specifically designed for that.
Ooh.
Speaking of, don't forget that over on D&D Beyond, if you haven't collected it yet, you can still get your copy of Lost Mines of Phandelver, I think. Let me check and see when that goes up. Oh, nope. Actually, we missed it. May 27th. Womp womp. But there are other things. Also, if you play on Roll20, don't forget that they do free things as well sometimes. So go check them out. I know that there's a lot of really cool stuff that's going on with free giveaways and stuff. So don't miss any part of that. Make sure you sign up and all of those things. Dragonlance coming later this year. My goal is to, and I love this adventure, don't get me wrong, but it's mother loving Dragonlance. So, I'm not even, that'll be the next thing we do. So, I mean, you heard it from me first. The next thing that Monday Night's doing, Dragonlance. So there we go. We'll see. We'll be posting for auditions coming soon. I think that's all the time filler I have. Anything else?
Also, aside from new things coming out in the near future, keep an eye on the social medias. We will be releasing some surveys in the near future and would love the community's feedback on it. So when those do go live, please make sure to reach out and participate.
Also, I'll go ahead and announce this now, and you can berate me later for it. That's fine. Also, Otter and I and some others will be working to revamp our Patreon. We are hoping to push any donations in the future through there, and make sure that we make it a part of the community and actually use it. So keep an eye out there. I say, let's go bug Victor 7. So we're gonna go raid.
I do have a new one I can toss us into if we want to go raid some new folks.
Let's do it. Let's go raid some new folks. Let's spread the love.
We have ADHD Adventures.
I like the name of it. All right, so hang tight, folks. We're gonna go raid them. Excellent. We'll take us away.
Okay. See you guys next week.
Yes, we'll see you next Monday. don't forget, tune in tomorrow. Star Wars. My brain's been all over the place today.
Star Wars
Good night,
Trek.
everyone. Star Trek Wars. Good night, everyone.
Ciao.
Have you ever fought a dragon and stormed its mountain lair? Have you ever killed a vampire and seen the evil in its lair? Have you ever sought adventure and couldn't find it anywhere? Well, here's the answer to your call. We're gonna die a Adventuring company. Come leave behind all your cares. Adventuring company. Come with me and see what's out there. If you wanna be a hero or a demon in disguise, if you wanna steal a spaceship and sail across the endless skies, if you wanna live a story and you're down to have some fun, come on and join the Dire Bears. There's a game for everyone. Adventuring company. Come leave behind all your cares. Adventuring company. Come with me and see what's out
Oh yay, we have a raid! Woo! Hey Raiders!
Yay!
Hey guys,
How you doing?